Finally, Duke is losing aura. Thank God. Nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. All right, let me be serious. Duke Dennis, Dookie Pookie, is in some hot mess right now because a lot of his baby mamas have been coming out. First of all, that alone is already news in and of itself. There's been speculations that Duke has kids, so that's been pretty much confirmed with all of this going on. But apparently, he has up to 8 kids. What makes it worse is that he also has deadbeat allegations. So not only does he have 8 kids, allegedly, that people didn't know about, but he's being a deadbeat to them. Allegedly, okay? Now, typically when stuff like this comes out, it is not uncommon for celebrities to just ignore the noise and just let it rock. But Duke Dennis actually addressed all these allegations in the stream, and this is what he said.
A long time ago. But, unfortunately, that option has been taken away from me at this point. It's been taken away from me at this point because y'all keep harassing, you know what I'm saying, the mother of my kids and, being very, very weird. And this is exactly what I wanted to protect them from all along. And this whole time y'all been, trying to dig into part of my life that y'all was never invited in, from jump. And but now that it's affecting they well-being and they getting threats and being called names and shit. That was my main priority from jump.
Essentially, Duke said, I ain't trying to hide the world from the kid. I'm trying to hide the kid from the world. You see what I'm saying? Yo, this dude is fly, bro. This dude is fly.
That shit hurts my feelings and it hurts my heart. You have not seen your child in 7.5 months. But you in every bitch face. You is downtown every fucking time you home making special motherfucking appearances. We live down the street. You should be a fucking ashamed of yourself. For real. I'm not even being funny. And it's really not even bashing a nigga. It is what it is. It's just the truth. I can't tell it no different. The moment I realized it was fuck me, it's fuck you. You gotta know it.
Listen, let me make this very, very clear. I am not trying to justify Duke Dennis allegedly being a deadbeat. I think being a deadbeat is not acceptable. I think that shit is not cool. Take care of your fucking kids, Duke, if that is the case. Again, these are all still allegations. I don't know what's real, what's not. But if that is the case, I ain't trying to justify that. However, this is still a content creation channel. This is still a channel for content creators. And I think this situation, there are a couple of things to learn from as content creators and also as fans. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all fans are also weird as fuck in this scenario. I wholeheartedly believe that in this game of everyone trying to hold everyone accountable, that not one singular party is 100% accountable. Fans, y'all being weird too. Let's keep it a stack. So to me, the main thing that really jumps out in this situation is Duke talking about this idea of, yo, I am not going to tell you about my kids. I'm not going to tell you about my baby mamas because that is just none of y'all business. But it's also to protect my children and to protect these people that aren't in the content creation world. And I do think that is commendable. I think for all creators, especially those who are going to be front-facing, who are aiming to be lifestyle creators, or trying to be variety streamers and not truly niche down, to set your boundaries as a creator as soon as possible. What are you willing to make content about? What is uncomfortable to you? Who do you want on camera? Who do you know that isn't comfortable on camera? You need to figure that out as soon as possible. Also, another part of this is protecting your peace as a content creator, especially, again, for IRL streamers now, because I ain't gonna lie, streamers now, there's a lot of parallels between streamers and reality TV stars. Some people even make the case that streamers are just the new reality TV stars, right? Especially when this is the case. The internet is extremely invasive. You know what I'm saying? The bigger you get, the more people get to digging. And with Duke Dennis, with AMP, with Kai, all of them becoming bigger, the whole industry becoming bigger and more legitimized, stuff that only applied to reality TV stars and A-list celebrities are also going to now apply to them. And all of that is a call to me to not only prioritize protecting your privacy, but again, setting your boundaries to your audience, because your audience, they will keep on digging as much as possible. And especially with streaming, one of the main things that make it attractive to viewers is this inherent parasocial relationship that they develop with their favorite streamers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of streamers spend a lot of hours being live, right? It's hard to fake being a character on stream, especially when you're streaming 7-8 hours at a time. People will inherently, at the very least, have this sense of like this feeling that they know you, even though they actually don't. They will have that feeling though. They will idolize you. In some cases they will stalk you. They will dig into everything that you got. So what that means is really be careful in terms of what you share. Don't overshare. That is a mistake that a lot of content creators make. You do not have to share everything on the internet, bro. You do not have to share your family details. You do not have to share your upbringing. All of that is not necessary to succeed in content creation. It just isn't. Like, as a person myself who's been on the internet for damn near a decade now, who has a platform and also has a personal life, like, I am very, very grateful that my girl is not on social media like that. You know what I'm saying? She has no aspirations to be a social media influencer, even though she lives with one. And she also doesn't like being in front of the camera, which is very helpful in my case, because what that means is that I don't have to worry about family drama and family business being out on the internet, because one of my family members also wants to be on the internet. And especially as of late, but even historically, there's just way too many bad examples of family content creators like burning down and having bad experiences when the going gets rough. Like, to me, just as much as possible, bro, leave your family out the content, especially if they're not invested in wanting to be content creators. Just leave them out. Again, I've seen documentaries. I literally watched a documentary this year of how, and this is gonna sound extreme, about this family who started doing family content, and because of the psychological effects of making your family, making your life a part of the content, you know, not even a part of the content, that being the content and that being a multi-million-dollar business, it led into this rabbit hole of child abuse. Like, I'm being so serious. I know that may sound crazy, but that's the rabbit hole. There's other examples of this as well. As of late, the DDG Halle Bailey situation and everyone being mad parasocial when it comes to that and being mad invasive and making assumptions on both sides and just talking about shit that is no one else's business and projecting. There's just a lot of things that go wrong when you involve family in your content.
Him from that. But I don't want to go to court because it's going to make her unhappy. Because I'm going to get, nigga, what? I got money to spend. I don't even want to do that. It ain't going to be no, oh, I'm not getting no public defender. You feel me? I don't want to do that. And then the judge be like, oh, we see, nigga, you a great ass dad. We never see this from black folks. This is a rarity. Get this nigga the whole summer. Now what? Like, we don't need that.
Now, I get why people do it. I think, you know, collaboration is a big part of content creation, and the easiest people that you have access to make content with is your family, right? That's just the reality. Also, people eat up relationship content. You know what I'm saying? People live vicariously through other families and other people online. That's just something that's been tried and true in content creation for decades now. So it is an easier path to success. But involving family in your content is one of those things where it's cool when it's good. But when divorces happen, when the views are down, when egos get in the way, when family becomes a business, there's already this whole dynamic, this whole problem of involving family members in your business, right? When the family becomes the business, it can get messy. It can get messy. And to the fans out there that are disappointed in Duke Dennis, if the allegations are true, it's perfectly fine to be disappointed. But I also say this, y'all gotta stop idolizing your favorite content creators. You know what I'm saying? The most idolization I would ever do is respecting how they move around the content world in terms of, you know, the strategies that they employ, how entertaining they are. Like, that's the most I'll ever do. But don't ever idolize these people as, like, people to look for political views or moral compasses, because you just never know. You just never know who these people are. So don't ever hype up your favorite content creator to the point where, you know, when some bad shit comes out, now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta reevaluate their whole existence and, you know, your whole existence because you've been fanned out for all these fucking years. Just don't do that from the beginning. Also, why the fuck are y'all harassing the baby mamas? See, this is the idolization I'm talking about. If the angle is like, y'all are being gold diggers or whatever, I guess, but still harassing baby mamas because what, they're tarnishing your Dookie Pookie's PR and aura? This that parasocial shit I'm talking about, bro. Like who is Duke Dennis to y'all? Respectfully. I know that's a part of the meme, but who is Duke Dennis to y'all be moving like this? You know what I'm saying? Because from the sounds of it, it looks like Duke was about to ignore this whole situation if the baby mamas and the kids weren't getting harassed because of it. But very quickly, damn near overnight, they're getting harassed, so he had to address it. But with that being said, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Do y'all think of Duke Dennis differently now, or ultimately, do you not care? I ultimately think this is one of those stories that'll just pass by in 4 days and no one will give a fuck. I ain't gonna lie. But with that being said, I'm gonna catch you on the next one, and I'm out of here. Peace.